It's a rave party.
Good morning. Your camera is like, it is like you're in a kind of strobing nightclub, Skubek. There we go. There we go. How's it going?
I think I joined the wrong call when I saw the strobing thing. So.
Yeah, you joined like the kind of like nightclub daytime rave call. That's a different meeting. Hello. So I think there's only us lot today. Henry is taking his time in lieu after PG upgrade. Robert's off. Yurik's on sharding this week. And Graham is asleep. So, so happy Monday. I have just put the link in for MTTP. We still don't have any data coming through from May. It should arrive soon, I'm expecting. It looks like the lag is like some days on this stuff. So hopefully we'll get that coming through soon. I also haven't done any difference. I haven't done anything to the MTTP target. So when I go through the blockers from last week, we may be in a position where we can review whether we want to put the target back to 12 hours. But I think since we haven't got data for now, we'll just wait for all that stuff to catch up and then we can review together and make a decision. So announcements. Skubek, you have the first.
I'm out on Friday. Robert is providing coverage. Bye.
Your sound is also really, you've got very interesting text
Oh,
there.
come on. Why is today just...
It's Monday.
How's this?
It's Monday.
Is this better?
That's better.
Yeah, this is better. But do you have bird chirping in the background, or is?
Yeah, I got a window open.
Countryside.
I mean, I have a broken dishwasher that is doing beep, beep, beep every 2 seconds. So I definitely prefer having bird chirping instead of this. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Yes. Take some time off. In fact, quite a lot of people have time off actually this week. I haven't got them in here. So Robert's out till Thursday. So he's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Henry's out today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Myra, you possibly have some time.
Not this week. It will be next week.
Okay, fair enough. Awesome. Cool. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I've put on B. So just a reminder, we've got the OKR issue open. If you want to respond to anyone's stuff, then please do. Like I will add some comment. Henry and Graham still have some comments to add. I'll add some as well, but I'll put it in for the agenda for next Monday, because what I'd like us to do is have a think about, like, is there anything we can do to make sure we have more of the good stuff, and is there anything we can do to reduce some of the not so good stuff as we go through Q2. And then on C, I just saw we got a message dropped in about release team are doing some usability testing. Now, I was thinking particularly of following this whole pagination thing on the MRs. Like, let's please provide some feedback on here, even if it's like, you know, you don't have a strong opinion. But I think really great that we've been asked on this one. So please do schedule in some time in the next few days.
Is this one associated with the pagination in the compare section?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I think like this is pretty much, I think it's the first time I've seen that we've been asked about to do a usability thing as a customer. So, which is great. So yeah, let's invest in that. So hopefully we get more of them. Awesome. So first discussion item. So I thought it would be useful for us to just catch up and make sure we've got the rollback stuff. So I know the big kind of outstanding task we have to do is get our CR in front of Marin so he can approve it. And then once we have that, we'll be able to schedule it. So a few things that we need to work out, I think, before we can get it in front of Marin. So first one is the discussion around what do we do following the rollback? So some options we could just run the post-deployment migration. We could, no, not that one. We could do redeploy, which actually Skubek, I liked your reasoning as to why that's also a bad idea. So the third option is basically just deploy the next package. Now the only risk, I guess, is if that's a gap, like, I guess it doesn't matter, right? We just conclude our rollback test at the point the rollback is finished, and then the following deployment will just be a regular deployment.
I think from a technical standpoint, once we get the rollback completed, we've completed the test at that point. It's just a matter of what we choose to do, use it moving forward. I'm trying to shy away from using the package we just removed because that's not going to be the workflow when we recover from an incident.
Yeah.
You know, we're always going to roll to the next package after that because that one's going to contain the fix, hypothetically. But in our testing, that may not be reasonable simply because of timing and when packages are going to be available, because Alessio has completed 2 deployments already today. If we do a rollback now, we'll go back to the 3 a.m. package, but we're not going to have anything until probably 2 p.m.-ish my time, which is roughly 16 UTC. So we're going to be waiting a very long time to have anything available to us if we want to continue the test or finish up the test afterwards. That's my concern.
We could make that, we could fake that though, right? Like what about if we, so it's going to be down to timings, but what about if we say like an hour after the second deployment? So second deployment of the day, the one we'll roll back. So the, oh, in fact, no, hang on. So we have a branch at 3 a.m., right? And we have a branch, do we still have a branch at 8 a.m. as well?
We have 3, 7, and
11,
then
12?
Yeah, it's 11 or 12. I don't remember.
So we'd be aiming to roll back the 7, assuming everything works, right? We deploy the 3. So what I was going to
11.
say,
I was checking. It's 11. 3, 7, 11.
so we'd be deploying. Well, okay. So what I was going to say, let's work out timing. So what I was going to say is, what about at the point, like an hour after the package that we think will roll back, or some time after the package we're going to roll back, we trigger another branch?
Well, I'm thinking that if we want to move forward for the sake of moving forward, we can just, I mean, thinking about today, right? So we promoted 7 a.m. package, not the 11 one. So the 11 package is still to be promoted, is in baking time right now, I think. Yeah, it should be in baking time right now. So if we cancel post-deployment migration for the 7 package, basically when we complete rollback, we will be ready to deploy 11:20. Yeah, I mean, say 11:20 because usually we tag around 11:20. I'm looking at text, timestamp of text. So we create a branch on 11 and around 11:20 we tag it. So yeah.
So you're saying that you would you'd skip the post-deployment migrations on the first deployment of the day?
It could be first or second. It really, so we had 2 deployments this morning, but because there was a failure in 3 a.m. package, so I promoted yesterday evening package, and then I promoted directly the 7 package. In theory, I could, if everything goes smoothly, I could promote 3 a.m. and 7 a.m.
Okay, so you're saying that we will.
For me, it's kind of impossible to promote 11 because it's too late. It usually goes into Starbucks morning. I mean, I could do, but is around the time we could do the rollback. So if we cancel the 7 one, the 7 deployment, then we may have the 11 package ready for.
Okay, that makes sense.
Roll forward.
Cancel. So either if it's the first, depending on what happens on the branches in the morning, it's either the first or the second deployment of the day, but it will definitely be the cancel migrations. And then we'll have the 11 one will be ready to deploy, ready. Also, because tomorrow Robert will still be out, which means we actually can start the rollback a little earlier because we're all online like a good couple of hours earlier than Robert. So I would suggest that like we also aim to do this like first thing in the day, Myra Skarbek, your time, to give ourselves a few more hours. Cool. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so it's saying we'll cancel deployments of we'll cancel the post-deployment migration of the 7 o'clock deployment. And that means that following the rollback, we will be able to deploy the 11 o'clock branch, which should be either ready or pretty soon to be ready.
I would like to spend 1 minute talking about this. So I like Scarbeck idea when it say it makes no sense to just go back to what we rolled back. It makes perfectly sense because it doesn't fit the rollback scenario. I think it was kind of, so I think that in my first issue was kind of stressed out that we should roll back to whatever, so rolling forward to whatever was the state before. But I think that this is a good point that can help us to, let's say, I would like to decouple the two things. So the test is concluded when the rollback is done. There's no, so coming back to, so rolling back changes is just putting Canary back in line. And I mean, Canary cannot be back in line because it's in the wrong version, but yeah, we should work out what we want to do with Canary and resuming the regular operations. But I would like to extend a tiny bit the window in which we are running the rollback version, because during a real incident, we will not have a fix in a matter of seconds, right? So I think it would be better to leave it running 30 minutes, 1 hour, kind of a baking time. So we say, yeah, this rollback really works and we can reliably be in rollback state.
That's true. I would quite like to see the QA tests run. Like, I think we may need to trigger those.
We can trigger those. Fine, makes sense. On the idea of running post-deployment job, this will be a problem because post-deployment job are designed to run after the code is rolled out. But here, the code is not rolled out. So because they are the point of no returns, basically we are, I mean, I'm not even sure about what will happen because that host running post-deployment migration will be running another version.
Yeah, agreed.
So we will see a pipeline that looks like it's running on the 7 a.m. package, but it is not because that host no longer runs the 7 a.m. package. So that thing has to be, I mean, it was just a trick for the dry run, but we should not do it in a regular rollback.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so just on this timeline then for what this day will look like, assuming everything goes great, we'll have a 3 o'clock branch that will get deployed to production. We have a 7 o'clock branch that will also, were you going to change that to deployed or promoted? I was going to change this one.
Okay, let's use promoted. Yeah.
Then we have a 7 o'clock branch that will get promoted to deployment with a cancelled post-deployment migrations. And at that point, we have a window we can roll back from. The 11 o'clock branch will get created. I assume it'll be created before we roll back because it's still early days.
Yeah, I would suggest that we cancel 3 a.m. as well, because we never know if we reach the point where we are ready to promote 7. So yeah, later in my morning, I would check if
that's good.
I should run those post-deployment migration or not.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then you'll probably have to run them before you can do the 7 o'clock promotion, right? Because the pipeline won't have completed. But anyway, you can manage that. You can manage that. So then we'll do somewhere between, like, say it'll be like around, say it's around 1-ish, right? Okay.
Looks like my Zoom keeps freezing or tends to freeze, so I'm basically losing half of the conversation. I don't know if you noticed, because maybe my window freeze, but all of you are freezing, so I probably is on my side.
Okay. So around, say like around 1-ish, we'll do a rollback. We should be ready, and then say like whatever time, like say like rollback completed, and then like what should we say, like 1 hour? Like 30 minutes? How long do you want to run this roll package for?
I mean, it really depends on, I mean, it will be so we take around let's say 2 hours for running rollback. This is not correct. Probably we take less, but let's consider 2 hours for running the rollback. So from 1 p.m.
So, like,
we go to 3 p.m., which is 5 on my local time zone. So it's close to my day. I mean, we can have another 30 minutes, 1 hour. I mean, both are fine. I mean, it seems to be, in both cases, it's still within the day for both Scarbeck and Myra to be around. So
I'll
I
still be
can be
around
there
as
for when we
well.
start again. So kind of
Okay,
1
yeah.
hour is fine, or 30 minutes if you want to make it shorter.
I
Cool.
think 30 minutes will be fine. Like the goal of this test is to make sure that we roll back successfully. As long as GitLab is operational, let's just wait 30 minutes and then
Yeah.
proceed forward. Like
Great.
I don't
Okay,
think there's any
makes sense.
reason to wait any further than that.
Okay.
Especially if we ran QA and it was successful.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, and then with deployment of so this will be of the 11 or later branch, depending on time. Awesome. Sound like a good plan? Yeah. Would somebody mind updating the CR so that it's got these details, so that when we look through the rollback stuff, we also know, like, we're going to execute we have the execute QA task in there and know that we need to run for a period of time, and then our next step will be deployment of a future package.
I can do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we are just missing the change reviewer. Should be Henry again?
Well, so once we've got all this stuff undated, I was going to say, like, Scarbeck, if you wouldn't mind then giving it a SRE eyeball and check that looks okay from your side. And then once we've got that, we can send it over to Marin to approve for us.
I think Marin the last time asked for a change technician to be assigned, like a
Yes.
specific
Like
person.
a person to execute the rollback.
Yeah.
Who wants to do the rollback?
I'll do it. Why not?
Awesome. Thanks, Scarbeck.
And we're still going to use Marin for the manager approval.
Yes.
So we'll probably want to get this in front of his eyeballs as quickly as possible then.
It would be great to do that today if we can, yeah. Because also following that, we once we have Marin's approval, we need to let the engineer on calls know, and we're going to, it's a slightly unfortunate time because we're going to cross over the shift change, but I think we should just work around that, right? And just let both the first and the second know, like, I mean, we'll be managing this, so I don't expect we'll need very much help from them, but
well, in theory, it's just like 2 deployments, and we
Exactly.
do deployments ourselves. So
yeah, exactly.
they should be quite confident that it's
That's
fine.
right.
Yeah.
So we should let them know as well today. But I think we need to get Marin. Well, I guess we can let them know with Marin manager approval. Do you, Scarbeck, do you know who's actually on call tomorrow?
Tomorrow, let me find out.
Awesome. It's kind of inconvenient. You have to have page duty to know the secret info.
Alejandro will be the person who will be on call during this time period.
Awesome. Great. I'll give him a heads up. Great. Good stuff. The other thing I realized we didn't talk about in timeline is what do we do with Canary? So Canary will get drained at around 1-ish. Do we want to just let the follow-on deployment bring it back?
I think that's our safest course of action.
It's
It'll
what
get
we've done in
deployed to-
incident, right?
Exactly. So let it get deployed to, but then we'll have to bring it out of maintenance mode ourselves after the last deployment. If we don't do that at the right time, we might have to re-kick QA just to make sure it's hitting the right servers. But then we could just wait for the baking period and move right on.
Cool. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I was thinking about timing here because the 11 package, speaking UTC, usually is tagged on 11:20, which means that by the time it could be rolling out on Canary. Definitely is impossible that QA on Canary is completed. But let me see if I can just check today's. I mean, today's was kind of, no, today 11:20 was on time. So there's no special thing happen. No, nothing special happened. So just checking. So we Canary deployment was triggered at, and this is not UTC. What? Why did this happen on 3:49 p.m. my time zone? What, 3, 2? Yeah, 1:49. Yeah, it makes sense. It was a bit late, but so in theory, if timing is like today, we will be able to deploy Canary right after a successful rollback, kind of, because timing more or less. Aligned.
Should we, are you going to watch for that, or should we like do something with the coordinated pipeline to make sure that is the case?
I mean, there's a question here, which is maybe, so which is not a question, I'm doing a statement. Maybe it's better if we cancel Canary deployment as well on that package,
yeah,
so that we are completely in control of timing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So should we do that as part of the rollback, or do you want to do it earlier?
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's put this in the preparation step.
Yeah.
Because it's before the beginning, right? Because we started at 1 p.m. and this is 11:20, kind of. So let's put this in preparation step on. I'll do this because I'm release manager on that shift, so it's fine.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good. Great stuff. Cool. Anything else we need to cover?
I hope not.
Same. I mean, and also
this procedure
is
going to be. This procedure sounds like a lot, but I think it's just because we're trying to work around the fact that it's a test and timing is kind of crucial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a real incident so that we don't have to do all this preparation and just roll back.
You just go for it. Yeah, no, I think it also, this one, it's giving people confidence as well that we've really thought this one through. So this is one of the easiest ways to demonstrate that all the work we've done is actually that we know what's involved and we know all the steps and things like that. So
so what about if tomorrow is not possible to execute the rollback for some reason? Should we try again on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we try, because the only thing following now is release stuff, right? So I think we should try, if we like, we've got definitely this week, maybe Monday, depending on how things are going for release prep, right? But I think we should try and like we have to just repeat these steps, unfortunately, every day if we don't get one tomorrow. Awesome. Okay. Well, just give me a shout if there's anything that's unclear about, like, as we prep the stuff today, or if there's any difficulties. Because the main thing will be to try and get this in front of Marin today, so we can. But I mean, worst case, we've still got tomorrow morning, right? So we can do some of the prep steps tomorrow, and we just need approval before like 1. But be good to give more notice if we can. Awesome. Sounds good. So I might move B over to Slack so we can do async, just because we are running tight on time. Is there anything else anyone wants to put on the recording?